Hello everyone, welcome back to Z School. Today we will be talking about playing while behind. First I just have to apologize for my voice today because I have caught a nasty cold, but I promised myself I'd make a video today, so here we are. I'll cut out any coughing, sneezing or sniveling, so without further ado let's get straight into it. Now, while Z is very counterable while ahead, there is a misconception that Z is useless when he is behind. And I mean, a lot of people talk about their specific champion or one specific champion being useless while behind. The fact of the matter is that most champions are terrible while behind, but it's all about knowing how to utilize the champion specifically. And Z has a few things you can use even while being behind. We'll look at some of those minor actions you can take with warding and such in the end, but first let's look at the three big things you can do with Z while behind, and those are split pushing, peeling for your AD carry, and acting as a threat. Now all three of these are ways to get value while being behind, the same value as the one you get when you're ahead and able to deal damage. For example, the good thing about split pushing is that even if you're so far behind that you cannot fight the enemy top laner or mid laner or AD carry, whoever comes to defend, you are getting them away from their team, specifically if it's someone who's relatively strong, not specifically overfed, but relatively strong, 3-1 Jax or whatever. You're still pulling that person away from his team because he has to defend top lane, even if he can beat you in a 1v1. If you avoid him, which Z with Yomas and Bork and ultimate and W and potentially Flash, it's pretty easy to avoid people. You can just dance around with him and force them away from the team, so the value is that you're drawing their value away from them. You're drawing the enemy team's Jax, a strong portion of the enemy team, away. In the same way, peeling for an AD carry means that the AD carry gets to potentially hit more, because you're there to defend them, and the damage the AD carry deals is damage you're compensating because you can't deal that damage. And also, when you're peeling, you can also be saving your ultimate for cleanup, and generally, Z works quite well for peeling because that means a lot of auto attacks, and with a crit build and a Bork, that works pretty well. Now, last but not least, acting as a threat. This has also to do with value, as when I say acting as a threat, I mean even when Z is behind, even if you're 3 and 7, if you have a Bork and you have a Yomus, and if you in the end have a Last Whisper as well, you with an ultimate can still kill someone even if you die for it. And you're pretty much gonna have to accept that if you're that far behind, you're going to die for it. And it's definitely worth if both of you die for it. If you get a mage, if you get an AD carry, if you get anyone who has been postponing their Z counter item or their defensive item because you are far behind, then generally you can kill them. A Graves, a Jinx, a Corki, Brand, I don't know, a Victor, probably harder with Victor, but regardless, if there is someone you can assassinate, if you get the opportunity to go in as a threat, you can both draw attention, and you can potentially kill them either way and die for it. But being a threat means you're drawing attention to yourself, drawing burst to yourself, drawing focus to yourself, while your carries or the ones in your team who are ahead can focus on teamfighting, with less focus being on them. Some minor things to think about while losing lane, even to the point of you can't even get away from your turret and you're getting harassed at the turret, is to try to use a full W combo to push out the wave and then go eat wraiths, come back to defend your turret and repeat, and then wait for a jungle gank, or just accept that you're a jungler will not gank a losing lane. So you play it safe and try to, whenever the enemy laner goes back, try to get a roam going, try maybe get a dragon, help your jungler, if nothing else just eat jungle farm, try to farm up and get back into the game again. Something big to look at though is warding for bot lane, because if you're not going to be active, the enemy mid laner is going to look to roam, and people generally don't roam to top lane because bot lane is more active in the early game, as that's where Dragon is at. So if you're not going to be active in your lane, if they can't snowball from you, if you can defend your tower, or even if you're not doing that, the enemy mid laner is definitely going to want to roam bot lane. And if they are strong, if they can dominate you in lane, they're probably very strong at that point of the game. So you have to ward up properly for bot lane. That means you have to ward where you'd normally roam towards bot lane. Getting 1 pink ward for the safe brush and 1 green ward for the middle brush works great, and just let the bot lane know in chat that you'll be pinging furiously, and make sure to ping furiously when the enemy laner is leaving their lane. In either case, if you like this video, you can leave a like and share it with your parents so that they know you're taking school very seriously. Thanks for watching, guys.